Welcome, everyone. This is the first step to your next project. So I thought I would go over just kind of what this project is all about first. You're going to be learning lines, and then we're going to look at two different color schemes. So color schemes are like colors that go together. Last year you learned about primary colors, which are red, blue, and yellow. And this year you're going to learn about the colors that go in between those, called secondary colors. And these are purple, green, and orange. So today, all we really need to worry about is line. So I'm going to show you a bunch of different kinds of lines. And what I want you to do is follow along. Do not draw as I'm drawing. I will give you time after each one. Watch me start, watch me finish, and then you can draw that line. Now you can follow my lines. So if I start here, you could start here on your paper. Or what you can do is if I draw, like my first line will be a straight line. If I start here and I go down to here, you could start here and go over here. I don't care where you start. I care about it going from one side of the paper to the other. So if I start here, you can start over here and go over here. Okay, so that'll make more sense as I start. So I'm using a pencil. And like I said, I'm going to start with a straight line. We are only drawing one of these. And normally you would use a ruler for a straight line, but we're going to just try to do the best we can. So I start all the way at the top of the paper or at the edge. Okay, and I'm going to go all the way to the edge of the other side. So if I start here, I would start here, and then I would have to go all the way over to somewhere on this side of the paper. Okay, so I have my one straight line, and now I'm going to do what's called a curvy line. And a curvy line are like hills. So some that go down, some that go up. And for this one, I'm going to start over here. Again, you don't have to start right where I am. It's probably easier if you do, but for those of you that know what you're doing, feel free to start anywhere. You just have to start on the edge of a paper. So this is the edge, this is the edge, this is the edge, this is the edge, okay? And you just have to go to the opposite side. So with a curvy line, we come down and then we go up and down and up. These can be big curves or small curves. I like bigger, okay? So again, I started over here and I went all the way over here. Okay, now I'm going to leave these two lines in pencil, but it's hard to see. So I am going to be doing the rest of these in permanent marker. So we have a straight line. We have a curvy line. Okay, and the next one we're going to do are zigzags. So with the zigzags, maybe I'll start here. I'm going to start at the edge. I go one direction with a straight line, and then I go in a different direction. Basically, I'm going up and down, but in a different direction with only straight lines. This would normally be where I'd ask you, what do you see at the when the lines stop and go a different direction? Do you see a curve or do you see a point? And hopefully you would all say you see a point. So that's something to check on yours. Make sure that you see a point on here as well. Okay, so I have my straight line, my curvy line, my zigzag line, and now for the hardest one, we're going to do loops. Now loops, again, I have to start at the edge of the paper. I'm going to come in one direction and then I'm going to curve back and I have to cross this line. Then I'm going to go in a direction again and I'm going to make another curve. And I think bigger curves work better than little tiny ones like this because we don't ever want to touch another curve. Okay, so I'm going to go right back where I left off. And I'm going to end over here. Okay, bigger curves like these two are a lot easier than small curves like these ones. Okay, so we have our straight line, our curve line, our loop line, and our zigzag line. The last one is a dotted line, and these lines you find in the middle of a road sometimes, okay? And all they are is straight lines that don't touch, okay? We still have to start on the edge of the paper, and we still have to end somewhere on the opposite side, okay? So if you stopped right here, would that be on the edge of a paper? No. Okay, so you got to go and finish that line all the way to the edge, all right? Now with dotted lines, you can do a couple different things. These aren't dots, right? They're lines. But the dotted part comes in because there is a space between each of these segments, and that makes your eyes follow it like a line. Okay? If we want to be more literal and say dots, well, we can make circles, right? And the circles could be the same size, or as they travel across the paper, we can make them bigger. Like that. So even though they're small going to big, or they could all be the same size, there's a space in between, and our eye always follows similar shapes as long as they're close enough to resemble a line. So that's a dotted line. So now what I need you to do, and I have done half of it just to make it easier for you guys to see, is the next step is to go over your pencil lines with permanent marker. So to do that, I'm going to do one of them here. You are going to take your time using that permanent marker that you have. You are going to go over these lines. Okay, all the way to the edge of the paper. And you'll notice I tried to just keep going. I didn't pick up my marker. And if you would make a mistake, just keep going. All right, we're going to erase the pencil marks anyway. All right, so please do that. And then when you are done, I'm going to do my last one here. When you're done, I want you to either use the eraser on the tip of your pencil or one that you have that's bigger. And remember, when we erase, we always hold down our paper, and then we erase whatever's in this little circle here, okay? So I look for pencil marks. Got some right here. Okay. Only whatever's in this space. Okay. So do that, and then you can click on the video for the next step. All right. Thank you.